legacy of comfort with Elmer. Property where we're gonna be upgrading the zone system with some Honeywell zone dampers, 2 of them, and also Honeywell home sensor and a zone board. This is a zone system, and I'm still waiting for the bypass damper. This is what we have for now. April air. When I was here troubleshooting the other day, this guy wasn't opening, and apparently that one wasn't opening too. So this is how a zone system looks like. Zone damper for the second floor, zone damper for the first floor. So every time the thermostat calls for heating or cooling, sends the signal, and then the damper opens and releases the airflow going to that first floor in this case. And the same applies to this second floor. Thermostat calls for heating or cooling, and then the damper is closed. Now it's gonna open. So this is what we're doing. This is the existing zone board that we're gonna be replacing, and then also we're gonna be doing some modifications to the ductwork, because you can see over here, ideally we don't want this right here. This is restricting the airflow coming back to the system for the second floor zone system, right? Like the second floor, this is the return, that's the return grill right there, the return box, and this is kind of like was pressed against the 2x4 and the water heater. And here, this is the attic space, blown up insulation, right? So if we go in here, we're gonna see that they we have to be very careful when we're walking on attic spaces, looking for the 2x4s. So basically our goal for this homeowner is to give him a better airflow. So we have the trunk line right there. All this is the plenum, and then at the very end they kind of like extended the plenum to go across one bedroom that is here in the second floor, and then have another trunk line on the other side to feed the other side of the house, that I call it the front side of the house. Is 4 runs on the other side, but the problem here is that all this air is coming, is going through, and then it's gonna get all the way there. So we're losing static pressure, and we're just gonna address it in a way that we're gonna cap this off here, and then we're gonna get a 12 inches. That's what we need off, and then add our 10-inch damper takeoff, and then we're gonna modify it so this way we get better airflow in all these runs on this side of the house, where I think he's experiencing also differences in temperature. So that's important. That's what we're gonna be working on today. So this is where I was on that side of the wall. That's where the ductwork ends, and then the 10-inch comes this way, goes underneath this bedroom, and then comes from underneath over there. For us to start correcting all these problems, you know, of course it's gonna be more on the investment side for him, but again, you know, we're working with what we have, so he doesn't, you know, we don't break his bank, but at the same time, you know, we like to do things you know, the best way we can. So here's one floor. This is the thermostat of the second floor. That's the return. The flex that is restricted is against the water heater and the 2x4s. And then we come in over here. This is what I call the front of the house. We got one vent over there, one vent over here, supply, another supply over here, and that guy right there. So these are in that extended trunk line, feeding this side of the house, and then the other side of the house is here. So here is where we have the grill for this first floor, and we got our thermostat right here, and you know, this is what we're doing for today. I'm back to check how the work is going. I know the guys have been working. This is what we have. We have drop cloth to protect the floor, so we don't have to be putting the shoe covers or the floor savers, however you want to call them, every time we come back or we go up, where we're taking care of the service. So I just wanted to show you how we normally go about you know, working in people's homes. Okay, back now. That's our new Honeywell zone board HC311, one heat, one cool. So we have the one of this. This is a 12-inch. Right now they are open. What I like about these dampers is that you have M4. You get rid of this tab right here, and then you can put another wire, so it will give me a green light on open. It's not necessary. I mean, in this case we're not gonna use it. That's the other one right there, 14-inch. And then because there is not a calling for anything right now, they both are open, but then we're gonna do some testing to make sure everything is working fine. This is our DATS sensor, and then my bypass damper needs to be corrected. The guys just left it like that, but it's not a big deal. I will put it in the right direction. It has an arrow. We always want it, you know, where the airflow is going, right? That's why it's a bypass damper. And then I'm gonna get in there in a little bit and check, you know, that extra trunk line, the modification that we did there. Again, this is just, you know, to fit the homeowner's budget. Ideally, this whole ductwork needs to be replaced in terms of, you know, doing it the right way. But we're here to help. He's moving in Saturday. Today is Wednesday, so we're just helping, adjusting his budget, you know. But ideally, we like to, you know, if we were to get all this done for him in less than a week, one, the price will be greater, but that's what it comes down to. You know, it's a lot of modifications. And then I just still on the testing mode, I'm gonna check for my static pressure and see how much air this unit is running. It's a 3-ton system, so that's what I have for right now. So we're gonna check how we did over here, always being careful where we step in, as you know, this is blown up insulation. So this is our modification right here. We put the end cap. At least we're creating more static pressure, so we have, you know, a better airflow. Although again, you know, this ideally this should be increased to at least 12. It's a 10-inch right now, but the fact that they went under, if we start quoting something like that where we had to take the floor joists and the floor and the carpet, then you know we're talking about a big investment for the homeowner. But unfortunately, this is what we find, this is what we encounter sometimes, and we just do our best for you to, you know, one, save money, yes, but still comes with a price, you know what I mean. But this is what we have so far. I like it. We got better, at least 12 inches from the cap, so we're creating the static pressure that I'm gonna check next. Okay, all right, so we're checking static pressure right now. 0.56 water column. We have one probe on the return and the other one in the supply. So 0.5. Unfortunately, I don't have my ductulator right now, but I know I'm gonna confirm that later on, and I'm pretty sure we are pushing the 1200 CFMs that these units require. The fact that it's in this unconditioned space, we can see traces of growth, so that tells me that this unit has sweat in the past, or has had problems with condensation problems, blocking or a clogged condensate drain line. But I think this unit is good to go. I'm testing on cooling since the weather is cooperating today in January, 72 degrees, so looking good. This is what we do over here. So this is it for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and thank you for watching. This is the Legacy of Comfort with Elmer. See you in the next one.